Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you Monday, February the 5th. The year's 2024. Let's talk trading. Trading with Walmal. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine and Walmal's. Walmal, you're telling me you're having a very successful day.
Oh, yes. I got my trading efficiency at 91%. Got one loss. So, and that loss was for like about a pip or so, a little bit more than a pip. So we can't complain. About a pip and a half, actually, now that I look at it. But, yeah, it was a pretty relatively easy day. Last hour was pretty compressed, like 9 pips on last hour, which is kind of funny because I think I made 13 pips on last hour, even though there was only a 9-pip range for the hour. But, you know, that's, if you're able to go and write it up and write it down on 9 pips, you can make some pips. But I made the rest of my pips on the hour prior to that. And I've got 22 pips for the day, so which is not bad. Here's a short setting up right now, flip-flop box under the indicator 2. The only thing is you're going to be going back into that congestion. I don't know if that's worth it. I'm going to take it and see what happens.
Yeah, well, I also see about bar 5 or 6 was an outside bar on my chart. And so you also right here. Yeah, and then, but you're coming into an outside bar about, looks like, what's the time on that bar? The 16
about 10 bars ago.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah, something like that.
So we'll just see what happened. My entry price, go look at that. I don't have my terminal up, so I can't see the actual entry price. My entry price was at 58.2. Unfortunately, the market's moving very, very slowly. We do have news at the top of the hour at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. I know it was red. I don't recall what it was now. I just remember it being red. Let me go look it up real quick.
I wonder if somebody's talking.
It's ISM Services PMI.
Oh, it looks like we actually touched the launch pad last hour. It went from 49 up to 60. The end of that out.
What she likes to do, that's for sure. The next time we have red news, all week is on Thursday. So this is a pretty quiet news week. That's the weekly unemployment claims. And again, there's no news on Friday. So we've got one news event today and one news event on Thursday. So pretty quiet day.
You know what's interesting?
What's that, sir?
Well, you know how they revised the numbers?
Yes.
Well, you would think, if anything, those would almost be red news days, but they don't seem to be.
Usually, the reason for that, I believe, I'm conjecture here on my part, is because if they have a revision of news, usually if it's going to move the market, it does it on the first revision. It doesn't do it on subsequent revisions, because every single piece of news gets revised at least 2 or 3 times, sometimes even 4 times. By the time it gets to that, third or fourth time of revision, we're talking about it being revised by so little, it's inconsequential.
Yeah, but even on the first revision now.
Yeah, you would think you'd get some type of movement on that. That you're absolutely right about. But for whatever reason, usually it doesn't. Or the other thing that could be happening is by the time that number's not as secretive, those revision numbers are not secretive. So it may be that the market's already baked it in because everybody knows the revision's coming out and everybody knows what the revision is. It's not like dropping NFP and nobody's allowed to know what that number is.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure some people out on Jekyll Island know. My conspiracy thoughts there. Okay, I'm underwater now by a pip. A little more than a pip.
So we got an 82 pip range on the day.
Yes. Watching paint dry here.
Yeah, that's for sure. But that's part of trading.
It's the biggest part of trading. Here we go. Finally moving down a little bit. Not underwater anymore, at least. Gotta break a 57.8. Breaks a 57.8, then I'll be able to pick up probably 3 more pips. But
And on my chart, it has to break, looks like about 57 on the nose to get out of most of this congestion.
yeah.
Or at least break the top of that. Yeah, 57.4. So, but it's going the other way right now.
Yep.
Huh. It looks like it might want to go back up to about 60.
Yeah. No, I broke 60.
Yeah, it just did. Well, you know, this was the new H4, so we got a green H4. And so we're going to have to wait and see what happens with that green H4.
Yep.
Here it comes back down again.
And we're pretty well range bound here. Trading in the weeds, as they say. Got us. My previous candle was a sucker bar, as you like to call them.
Yeah. You know, it's funny, is if when you get in these range things, if you play the breakout, it seems to reverse on you. And if you play the reverse, it seems to break out. It's like, almost like, what do you have to do to be on the right side of the move?
Well, sometimes I think you can't be. The only thing you can be is you can't guarantee that you're going to be on the right side of the move. But what you can do is go and take care of your money management so that when you lose, you lose. And when you win, you win. You know, and you take advantage of it that way.
Well, here's the thing, you know, they say it oscillates or it's ranging about 70% of the time. Yep. So it seems like the reversal strategy should pay off more.
I went short again at 60.9. I'm going to get burned here, or I'm looking to get out of the trade, is what I'm looking to do. I'm looking at this as a loser. So maybe I can get out of break even I'm hoping for.
Well, it seems every time it gets near that 60, the sellers are pushing it back. Yep. At least on my chart.
Yeah, that's what I see too, unfortunately.
Now, here we've got a push below 60.
There we go.
See if it pushes down to that 57 level. Here we go. We're in that outside bar area again.
Yeah, I'm out. I picked up after commission 2.4 on one trade, and on the other trade I picked up 0.5.
Wow, just
glad I got out where I did.
Just in time. Yeah, really. We got a new outside bar.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the lesson to be learned there is when you can take the money off the table, especially on a day that's not really doing anything.
Not a big mover day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you recall, what I said was when I said I was entering that trade up at 60.8 or whatever it was, I said that the whole point of taking that trade was to get out and break even because I don't have any confidence in the trade.
Right.
So I had made my plan, and so once I got up a pip or two, this thing is probably going to go down to 50 now, and I can get mad about that. But that's not the point. I made a plan to go and get myself out of a situation where it could have gone bad for me, and that's what trading is. I think a lot of times we're sitting here and we're having to go and basically mitigate against something bad happening, and that gets back to your point earlier, where I know we only have about a minute and a half left here, but your idea, it seems like it always breaks. It usually breaks when you think it's going to range, and it always ranges when you think it's going to break. And so what happens is it seems like you're always on the wrong side. Well, maybe not. Let's say they it's a coin toss and it's 50-50. Well, okay, maybe so, but can we go and mitigate against it? So that we minimize how much we lose, and when we get the winner, we take the winner and we run the winner. And that's my idea of trading. Just prevent myself from getting burned.
Right.
And that's all I try to do. And if I prevent myself from getting burned when I get a winner, hey, that's money in the bank.
Well, there we go.
What did I say I was going to do? But I can't get mad at that because I lost confidence in the trade. If I lose confidence in the trade, what's going to happen is now my emotions are going to start kicking in, and I'm going to go and make a bad decision based totally on emotion.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that you probably didn't factor in there, that when you got out, I think you got out on, what was it? Was it minute 29? Or
something
was
like
it?
That, yeah.
Or no, it was minute. Actually, you got out at the open of the, I think, of this bar. Yeah. You got out at the 1630 bar on my chart because that's the bar that went down. Then you got out, and then boom, it shot back up, and then you could have almost played that M30 open. Or played that new outside bar just by reading, candle colors.
Right.
Because what it did was that M30, the other thing was it could have played the cover. And we're out of time, boys and girls. Fastest and non-binary, the fastest 15-minute trading is over. So always remember and never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. TheRumpledOne.